Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of my Japan travel diary series. So this was our second day in Yokohama, although we wouldn't be staying long. And that's because we actually planned a 3-day trip to Fukuoka. So we essentially got up really early in the morning to head to Narita Airport, where we would be taking a short domestic flight from there to go to Fukuoka. And Narita Airport had changed so much since I was there last. There was definitely not all of these Pokemon everywhere. I thought it was pretty cool to see, and I just had to film it, although I was so tired heading to the airport because we did get up so early that I really just didn't even think about filming when we got there, and I kind of regret it because it was actually really interesting how much it's changed. Once we landed in Fukuoka, one of my wife's friends met us there to pick us up from the airport. The first thing we did after leaving the airport was we headed to this tempura shop called Hirao, which this is actually the main store for Hirao, and it's just across the road from Fukuoka Airport actually, so it's really close by. Hirao uses these ticket machines to speed up the ordering process. And you can tell this place is popular by how many people were waiting to sit down to start eating. Although the line did go quite quickly, which is good. The tempura actually came out in waves, so this year was not all we actually ate. There was a lot more, but it was just crazy busy in there because of how popular they are that I just didn't feel comfortable about filming with how quickly everything was moving around. But the food was really good and I highly recommend it. This short clip here does not do this food any justice because it was so good. Once we finished eating, we headed to the hotel that we booked, which was called the EN Hotel. Now, this is a business hotel, so it's actually quite cheap as well. It wasn't actually time to check in just yet, but they did let us leave our bags there, which was really good, which means we could leave and go and explore Fukuoka without having to carry our bags around. After dropping off our bags, we headed back out to explore Fukuoka. So the place that we're heading to actually required us to take a few different trains to get there, one of which was this really cool older train. The reason why we were taking this train was because we were heading to a really popular Shinto shrine in Fukuoka. It was really interesting being able to watch them operate the train. Right after getting off the train, we were met with this really lively street which leads to the shrine. This street had a really nice old aesthetic to it, and there were so many nice stores here filled with all kinds of food, sweets and souvenirs. So of course, we did have to get a couple of snacks on the way up to the shrine, because there's no way that you could walk through this amazing street without doing so. The first was this Japanese treat called Monaka. So this one here was red bean, and we also got a matcha one as well. We also ended up getting this mochi treat, which is a signature treat in the Dazaifu area of Fukuoka. As we got closer to the shrine, we eventually came to this bridge, which was really crowded. However, we were told that it said if you cross this bridge with your partner, your relationship is essentially doomed to fail.
If you cross the bridge as a couple, you break up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you know.
Come on.
So we decided to head around the long way, which wasn't so bad, as there was this little shop there that was selling these breadsticks to feed to the fish in the pond here.
Ofu ka! Ofu da, not bread.
Oh.
あ、やばい。おし、違うとこ行った。あ、なんか全然遠くまで行かない。待って、全然。あ、やばい、全部落ちた。よし、見てた。せーの。おー、上手。お、壊れた。
お、メス好き。
So the shrine that we were visiting on this day is called Dazaifu Tenmangu. Dazaifu Tenmangu actually has a really interesting history. So to summarize it a little, it was actually built on the burial site of Sugawara Michizan. He was enshrined here as Tenjin, the deity of learning, culture and arts 1,100 years ago. This is the head shrine of more than 12,000 that are dedicated to Tenjin. When we came, Dazaifu Tenmangu was actually undergoing major renovations that started from around May 2023, which actually means that the trees and plants on the roof of the shrine will likely not be here once it's completed.
Next one, maybe 100 years.
It's crazy. They do all that just to rebuild it.
Just outside the shrine, there was also a street performer here who was putting on a little show with his co-worker. Afterwards, we started making our way back to the train station. We started making our way back to the train station because we needed to make our way back to the hotel to finish checking in. So after we finished checking in at the hotel, we pretty much headed straight back out. We decided to stop off at this really small bar cross bottle shop, which was called Kotani Saketen. The drinks here were extremely cheap and the staff was really nice and they actually spoke some English as well. This plum wine or umeshu here was so good. Now, kind of like that tempura place from earlier, I didn't do a lot of filming here because this place was incredibly popular and it was also really small, so everyone was very close together. So it was kind of difficult to film in there and also a little bit uncomfortable. Afterwards, we headed back out to see some of Fukuoka's Christmas illuminations and also to go searching for dinner. Our first stop was Fukuoka Daimyo Garden City Park. They had some really nice looking food at some of the stores here as well, but we chose to not stay and eat here because we already had in mind what we were having for dinner. Sightseeing the Christmas illuminations was just something we planned to do along the way, but it did take a lot to stop myself from wanting to stop to try everything. We didn't stay here too long before moving on to our next stop. Being the foodie that I am, even walking down the streets in Japan is just so hard. Everything looks so good and I think I would just become poor and not to mention fat if I didn't hold myself back. We actually do eat quite a lot on these trips, but luckily we do actually walk around a lot as well, which means surprisingly I ended up losing weight. The next spot that we visited was Hakata City Hall. I've come to Japan quite a few times close to Christmas now. I'm always so surprised at the level of festivity here, but Fukuoka really seems to take it to another level. They even had a little orchestra here. And it was at this point that I remember getting pretty hungry because there was so many nice food stalls set up. We ended up passing through one more illumination spot on the way to dinner. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure exactly where this location was, but it was just as festive as Hakata City Hall. The Christmas lights on display here were really nice, especially on this bridge here. It was really incredible. So for dinner, we did go searching for this street food stall, but unfortunately the one that we were looking for wasn't open on this particular night. So we ended up heading to this place called Kiseki no Tabasaki Kawabata Mise. Now for those of you who may not know, Tabasaki are chicken wings in Japan and they are so good. They had so many different types of chicken wings here and they were all really good. This here was our first round of about 3 on these chicken wings. They were so good. Both the chicken wings and the drinks here were really cheap as well, which was really good. I would highly recommend coming here if you like chicken wings because they were really good. Anyways, that was it for our first day in Fukuoka. I'm really looking forward to the next day in Fukuoka because we went to some really amazing hidden gems. So I'll see you all then. Bye for now.